So I just got back from seeing Deadpool and Wolverine, and I'm gonna say right off the bat, this is an 8.5 out of 10 easily. Like this movie, it is so like this movie is the pure definition of just turning your brain off and having a really good fucking time, man. Like if you're a lover of those kinds of movies, this is the movie for you. It truly is. Now this movie has probably got me feeling even more hyped up and excited for this, even more than I usually would for old Marvel, just because in the last couple of years, pretty much ever since Endgame, Marvel has just been in such an awful, terrible state, in my personal opinion. The only movies that are even worth mentioning to me are Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Spider-Man No Way Home. Those two movies have pretty much been the only thing I have enjoyed since, again, Endgame, since 2019. Everything else has just been complete garbage. Like, I think it was Thor Love and Thunder that came out that really cemented that, like, okay, whatever going on at Marvel, like, this shit needs to stop. This shit needs to change. We need better writers, better script, better whatever. We need better everything again. We need the Russo bros back. Like, something needs to change, because this is not the Marvel that I grew up with. So pretty much in this video, I just kind of wanted to take some time to go over the things that I liked and didn't like so much about the movie, but I'm just gonna let y'all know straight up, there are way more things that I like about it than don't like about it. Now, if there's one thing that I guess I could point to having a quote-unquote issue with, is the narrative a little bit, because there's so many characters that they're trying to balance things, because there's so many cameos just popping left and right on the screen every 20 seconds. It does get a little difficult to balance it, but at the end of the day, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it takes away that much from the movie. I think it's still entertaining. A lot of the cameos had me in my seat like, what the fuck is he doing here? I'm not gonna spoil it, but there was one cameo that it felt so damn good to see him in those shades again. I'm not gonna say who it is, but if you know, you know. It felt really damn good to see him. And he had a dope ass line saying, there's only been one me, there will only be one me. Like, that was fire. Like, it felt, damn, that was good to see. Another thing that probably could have been just a tad bit better is the main villain herself. I did really like her powers though, like how she could just stick your hand in your head and just do weird shit like that. Like, her powers are freaky, but I mean, just her personality herself wise, I mean, it could have been just a tad bit better, but she did have a couple of scenes where I was chuckling a little bit, so it was all right. It did its job, I suppose. Now let me talk about some of the stuff that I do like. I'm gonna start off with the characters. Obviously, Deadpool, Wolverine, it's the name of the movie, it's the characters everybody's here to see, it's character Hugh Jackman people love. Everybody's here to see these two, and of course, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, I think, deliver 10 out of 10 fan service in this movie. The back and forth between the two, like, you are never not laughing in this movie theater. It's just constant fucking barrages of laughing and them two argue back and forth. It's so fucking funny. If you just want to, I'm telling you, this is one of the best. Just go in the movie, turn your brain off, and just have a good ass time. I am telling you, it is up there. I'm also going to say the cameos, while appearing every 30 seconds, were still very enjoyable nonetheless. Like I said earlier, seeing Homie in the Shades again was cool. Seeing other characters return is cool. Seeing first time characters, it was cool. Like, it's so much in this movie, so much happening, like so many just events that all tie together. Like, it is incredible, man. Like, if you haven't seen it, or you're thinking about seeing it, or you're still on the fence about it, go see it, dog. Like, it's a good movie. But yeah, like I was saying about the cameos, they're not literally every 30 seconds, but there is a lot of characters is what I'm trying to say, but it is still enjoyable nonetheless. Another thing that was greatly appreciated by me is the action. They kicked the action up in this movie to like 11. It is fucking incredible. Every fight scene, just even between the two or when they're fighting other people, it is, you could just tell how much effort is put into these fight scenes. Like, they're fast paced, they're fun, they're constantly just bloodying each other up, stabbing the shit out of each other the entire movie. Like, it is insane what they do in these fight scenes. The way he reloads his gun was just badass. I love the fight scenes in this movie. They kicked this shit up and they put maximum effort into this shit, and I love to see it. Last thing that I wanted to mention is set design, namely the costumes. I do think the costumes for the most part looked fine in this movie. A few of them from the cameos here and there looked a little bit hokey, but for the most part, like, again, they were fine. Especially Wolverine, his costume was great. His costume was pretty much A1. Especially later on in the movie when his sleeves get torn off. Like, that's the thing, he doesn't like have his costume like that. Initially, Deadpool literally tore them off in their fight when they were in the car and they destroyed it. But especially later on when he does something else, it literally looks like they just took the character from the cartoon and put him in a live action movie, and that's what you get. Like, it is pretty much as close to the cartoon as you can get, and that's just amazing to see on screen. By the way, I'm gonna go off on a brief tangent here. Can we all acknowledge the absolute genius Ryan Reynolds is? Ryan Reynolds is an absolute marketing genius. That man knows how to market a movie. Like, I know everyone has been seeing all the Deadpool commercials on YouTube, on TV, on the streaming services and stuff like that. And even in Ryan Reynolds' own YouTube channel, like, the marketing, not even just for this movie, for all the Deadpool movies, like, he knows how to market a movie. Like, he is a genius. He has to be. I know earlier in the video I said that this movie was an 8.5 out of 10, but fuck that. This movie's a 9. I'm bumping it up to a 9, and I'm sure in the future, after I go see it again, because I'm definitely going to see this shit again, I might even bump it up to a 9.5. Maybe a 10. I don't know about 10, but definitely right now, I am bumping this shit up to a 9 out of 10 stars. Again, if you on the fence about it, get off that motherfucker. Go see this movie. You're going to have a great time, I promise.